Just like late night kebabs, we've all been burned at one time or another by traditional affiliate marketing. But it has changed a lot. Technology businesses like Impact are paving a new wave of business growth through performance-based partnerships which connect retailers to influencers, content creators, affiliates, and other brands and mobile apps in a meaningful way. And the best part? You stay in control. Impact allows you to set individual contracts to preserve margins, provides in-depth analytics, and even offers fraud protection. Visit impact.com/growth to learn more, or jump back into episode 81 with Booktopia to hear how they are driving growth through the power of partnerships with Impact. Welcome to The Checkout. We catch up with previous guests of Add to Cart, where we ask them 5 quick questions to understand more about them and leave you with a little extra inspiration to get through your Friday. Today's checkout features Steve Blick from Stone & Wood Brewing. Based out of Byron Bay, they're one of Australia's largest independent brewers, and for many, are people's first taste of craft beer. They've been in the scene for a while. They've recently taken a focus on expanding their direct-to-drinker operation, and over the last couple of years have moved pretty fast, including a replatforming, a new warehouse, and a subscription product. All right, Steve, I've got you for the checkout. We're going to learn a little bit more about you.
All right.
Number 1, I'm a bit scared about this question, actually. What is the weirdest thing you've ever bought online?
Okay. The weirdest thing I've bought online. Are we talking like late 90s, early 2000s, eBay, late night weird? Because, if we're going to go there, there's...
You go as weird as you want.
Yeah. Do you remember the brand called Bathing Ape or Bape?
No.
They had some weird clothes out there. There's a few of those that rocked up. There was...
What kind of weird clothes can you describe them to us?
Probably like you think about like gangster baggy clothes, big fat hoodies with lots of colourful patterns all over them that I would never wear. That type of weird.
Fits in perfectly in Byron Bay.
100%. So there's that stuff. There's... the internet is probably the best place to go to when you're looking for fancy dress costumes. So there are plenty of those. I think that's kind of it, mate. Like I'm fairly simple. Otherwise, I'm not weird, but I'm surprised at how easy it is to buy anything online. We bought fans and light switches and light bulbs online and got them delivered a day later in regional New South Wales. So that weirded me out how good that experience was.
You can tell the arc of your life here. Like you've gone from buying weird, gangster, colourful like clothes late at night to buying fans and light switches. You can tell you've gone straight into dad life, right?
That's it. Drinking lager, replacing fans. That's it.
Living the life.
Where we're at. Yeah.
All right, number 2. Who is your favourite retailer?
Mate, the Accent Group are super cool to follow. So seeing what they do and have been doing is amazing. They've got this incredibly distributed model of small footprint stores that they're leveraging the hell out of. They're super relevant online. Their engagement with their customers, they seem to give you any option under the sun that you want in order to get access to trying stuff on, buying stuff, returning stuff. And to do that and still have a simple front end that isn't a minefield to try to navigate through is pretty clever.
Really impressive omni-channel, isn't it?
Oh, mate, it's amazing.
Number 3, which retail fad do you wish was history?
It's not a fad, but shit customer service. Definitely. Like retail industry, like the pub industry, you're customer facing. You're trying to meet people on their terms and serve their needs ultimately. If you're not into it and if you don't like being customer facing, then find something that's more suited. But ultimately, there's so many easy wins in just giving great customer service. So the quicker we can all get there, the better. The better for the industry, the better for punters who get to experience that great customer service.
Do you do anything special with your e-commerce customer service team to make sure that they're always delivering fantastic service?
There's a cultural piece to that, and the values that we have in the business, and recruiting people that share those values, and as a team coming together and reinforcing those values. That's an easy win because all the cool stuff flows out of that. We randomly will pick out customers that you'd call them high value customers, or high communication customers that are constantly engaging with us, and we find fun ways to reward them. It's not all written down that they're going to get this, and that, but we do it on the fly just to try to give those fun experiences. We had a beer club member visit us in the brewery in Byron the other day, and so Jess, our sister trained tasting room manager, she pulled them in behind the bar, and they got to pour their own beers. So
how good!
That's not written down in a rule book. That's just that culture coming through, being able to do cool things for our customers.
That's brilliant. Number 4, can you recommend a book or a podcast that our listeners should immediately get into?
Now, if you haven't read Shoe Dog by Phil Knight, the guy that set up Nike, that's a really cool book. And it's about the first 10 years of Nike, and we all know where they're at now. They're an amazing brand. They are doing some amazing things, B2C, direct with their consumers. But just to kind of get an understanding of some of the challenges they went through in those first 10 years that have helped set them up to be what they are today, it's a really good story. And Phil is a humble dude that just tells it how it is, and you don't feel like you've been given a rule book or been told a game plan. It's just the experiences that they've had in that business.
Was there anything in that book, and obviously Nike and Stone & Wood are slightly different businesses?
Some people drink beer out of a shoe, believe it or not. But that's probably the best connection I can come up with.
It's pretty good. Is there anything that you took out of that book that you applied into Stone & Wood, or that stayed in the back of your mind for what you're doing today?
I think the thing I took out of it is that, you can grow something big out of something little, because that first 10 years of their business, they didn't exist to anyone. They were a small little player against the big players like Adidas and others out there, and they just sort of kept at it, and they just kept trying different things and new things, and they're pretty relentless and pretty persistent, and they're really important things for any business in the first 10 years.
It's a good point, because it's like Nike seems this big behemoth now that's just untouchable. And it's hard to forget that at some point there were challenges, and at some point they were a small business. They weren't always this big behemoth. Yeah,
mate, the guy that Phil got to help him develop the shoes was the high school track and field coach who would tinker in his shed with different rubbers in pots on the stove to try to come up with new rubber soles and new patterns that were most effective for the type of shoe they wanted to make. So if all it takes is a pot on a stove to come up with the beginnings of a business like Nike, then it's kind of anyone's got the chance to do it, right?
All I'm hearing from that is that the brewers should allow you to start brewing your own beer, and Stone & Wood can go to the next level.
Hey, you heard it here first. I'm going to share that with them. Yeah.
Beautiful. All right, last question I've got for you. Finish this sentence. The future of retail is?
Experiential. Hey, it's customer experience. It's giving people an awesome experience. You can have any product on a shelf next to another product, but for me, I think the experience is what sets it apart. The experience you get with that brand, the experience you get in a store, in a brewery, in a tasting room. Anyone can clone, not anyone, but you can clone a product, but it's much, much harder to clone an awesome experience.
Well put. Thank you for joining us, mate. Really appreciate your time, and really excited to see what else you're going to do with Stone & Wood online in the next 2 or 3 years.
Awesome, mate. Thanks for the chat. It's been good to share what we've been up to.
To hear more from Steve, jump back into episode 64, where Steve shares how their subscription beer club has totally changed their relationship with their customers, why they've moved from a national 3PL to a centralised warehouse, and how he got his dream job as Stone & Wood with a simple tweet. The jury's still out on whether he was drunk tweeting at the time. Thanks for listening, and until next time, keep adding to cart.